Hello YouTube. Today we have this Wyze cordless vacuum, and I've had this for a couple of years. I got it actually when it was first released. My wife loves it, and unfortunately we have two issues with it. Number one, this has fallen several times, but on the last one it fell and this little clip right here broke off. That's problem number one. So what happens is that when you click it on here, it just comes off. The canister does not stay in place because that tab's broken. The other issue I'm having with it is that this wheel right here has a rubber tire, and this one has fallen off. It's worn out and it fell off. It splits in half and it fell off. Now this one I repaired already, and I'll show you that in a minute for that repair. But we can actually fix issues with the tires, which Wyze does not manufacture. And we can also fix this, which I'm sure if it's happened to me, it's happened to many people, where it falls and it just breaks. So let's start with this one. With this, the canister not staying in place, what I did is I got this Velcro strap. So this, well, it's not Velcro, but it's a loop strap, and it has a buckle on this side. And I think you could just use a long Velcro strap or a hook and loop strap. So what I do to get this working again, since we can't fix that without buying a new one, is I just get this strap and I tie it around. Tie it around like this. There you go. And believe it or not, this is not gonna break again. It holds it in there tight. Of course, when you want to go ahead and remove the whole canister, you're gonna have to remove the strap so you can, clean this out thoroughly. So that's fix number one, if this canister has broken due to dropping. Okay, the second issue, which is a big issue, it's a small part but a big issue, is this wheel right here. Now look at the difference. That's the broken wheel right there, and now here we have the repaired wheel. If you notice that the rubber has to protrude or stick out beyond this plastic. When the wheel breaks, it does not. See it? See that? You can see that. You can see the wheel sticking out a little bit. So the way you're going to repair this is by buying these silicone reusable straws. Now it's made by this seller, Viscaiotti, I believe it's pronounced. But all it is a straw, silicone straw. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this, two of them, cut two, and we're gonna stack them. We're gonna do one first and the other one on top. If you just put one, it fits it too loose. And I've seen people say they heat shrink it or they do other things to try to get it to work, but I found that the best way is just to cut two strips of this and double up on it. Put the first one and then put the second one around it, and it gives it enough thickness where it's going to elevate it off the floor. I've had this one on there for 2 months and it's held up, no problem. And if it breaks again, it's not an issue. I only used this little part of the straw, believe it or not. And I got these many left. I think these straws are gonna outlast the vacuum. Let me put it that way. So the first step is to pop off this tire, this wheel right here. It's a little bit dirty there. Not a problem. So we got that out. Now, this is the tricky part. We need to cut this the same width as the wheel. Now, if you look at the wheel, it's pretty thin. It's not that thick. So here's a jeweler's flathead. You can, it's really not a lot. So this takes a lot of cutting so you can get it perfect, because if it's too wide, it's gonna rub. It's not gonna work. So you have to cut it exact. So in this step, I'm just gonna pause the video and cut it 2 sides, because it may take me a few tries and I don't want to extend this video longer than what it needs to be. I've already cut these to size. Now, you want to make sure that the width of this does not extend further than the plastic edges here, from here to here. If they do, it's going to rub right here. It's not going to root smoothly, so this has to rest within here. So the first step you do, you put one of the silicone pieces in here that you cut. Just like that. So that's one silicone piece in there. Now this is the challenging part. Now you have to double up on this. You have to put this other silicone tire, let's call it the tire, your brand new tire, on the roller, on the plastic roller. So this is a tricky part. You have to stretch it in there. So let's see if we can get it done. Can't remember how I did it last time, but I think it was something like this. So I'm just trying to put it in there. Of course, it's easier if I had 4 hands. Trying to get it on camera, but now this does give, it does have some stretch to it, so you're not going to rip it. That's a good part about this. Let's see if we can get that in there. Okay, let's try like this. Just trial and error. I think like this would be the easiest. It can be done, it just takes time. Okay. Got it on there, but just gotta straighten this out a little bit better. See, it's like all messed up here. It's not really in there over here. This part right here. So I gotta just get it and move it in. Center of the tire. Just go like this. So you could take this little skinny screwdriver and just move it around. Make sure it's centered. Okay, let's take a look at this. And let's see, it looks a little crooked, so let's try to fix it. It looks a little wobbly here. So let's just move it over a little bit, try to straighten it out. All right, I think we got it here. So here's your new tire. And there's 2 in there. We're going to put the pin back on there. Let's go ahead and just press it down. There you go. Good as new. This is the one I just did. And this is the one that has been there for 2 months.